Hello friends, Mandar here. I'm back with another video. Today we'll talk about green cards. What are the things that you should not do in order to maintain your green card? And what are the things that you should take care of in order to make sure that you can travel in and out of the United States with no worry? There is also a new policy alert regarding the ban, which we'll also look at. So watch this video until the end and let's get started. If you are here for the first time, welcome. My name is Mandar and I make immigration and lifestyle related videos for US and Canada. I'm not an immigration lawyer, so anything that I say on this video or on my channel is for information purpose only. And for your specific immigration needs, before you take any action, you should hire a competent immigration lawyer. Now check out the links in the description because those are affiliate links and you might find something interesting. If you are looking for a lawyer for EB1A or any other categories of employment-based green cards, you might want to check the referral link in the description as well. And while you are down there, hit the like button, enter some meaningful comment that you want to get some answer on, and share this video to whoever that may benefit from this video. So let's jump into the topic. Now, lately there have been some calls that I have been getting regarding concerns of green card holders in regards to travel. Now, these calls were specifically regarding the travel, but there are some concerns in general. What is happening in the current scenario today? So we'll first take a look at the policy alert on the USCIS website and talk about its implications on whoever is non-US citizen. So this is the policy alert. Now, first of all, on the USCIS website, you can see that there is a news alert which says USCIS implements additional national security measures in the wake of National Guard shooting by Afghan national. So what does that say? In the wake of the shooting of two National Guard service members in Washington, D.C. on Wednesday by an Afghan national, USCIS issued new guidance allowing negative country-specific factors to be considered when vetting aliens from 19 high-risk countries. This guidance comes after the administration halted refugee resettlement from Afghanistan and entry of Afghanistan nationals in its first year in office. Now, this is very specific to the 19 countries. So the calls that I have been getting is, will this have any impact on the backlog countries such as India and China, mainly India? And the answer is no. Unless you fall into those inadmissible criteria that I'm going to go through pretty soon, you should not worry about it. Let's look at which are these 19 high-risk countries so that you can be assured that whether or not your country is on the list. Now, when I click on these 19 countries, it refers to the proclamation which was done on 4th of June. Now, which are these 19 countries? Let's look at these. So the 19 countries that are fully restricted in terms of limit of entry of nationals. So 12 plus 7. So 12 countries are Afghanistan, Burma, Chad, Republic of Congo, Equatorial Guinea, Eritrea, Haiti, Iran, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, and Yemen. These restrictions distinguish between but apply to both the entry of immigrants and non-immigrants. Now, they clearly say entry of non-immigrants and immigrants. Immigrants in the sense green card holders. And there are also 7 other countries that are Burundi, Cuba, Laos, Sierra Leone, Togo, Turkmenistan, and Venezuela. These restrictions distinguish between but apply to the both entry for immigrants and non-immigrants. So as you can see, these are the countries, 19 countries where the restriction will apply. Now, this will not apply to India and China. So you can be sure that if you have an Indian passport, you will not be impacted by this proclamation. Also, I have a recommendation for an immigration lawyer, which is Manifest Law. And here is the ad insert for that. Now I want to answer one of the most common questions that I get on my channel, which is which attorney should I hire? I want to take a moment to introduce you to Manifest Law, a law firm that focuses exclusively on legal immigration. Their mission is simple but powerful: to bring world's brightest innovators, professionals, and creators to America, legally and successfully. And they do that by putting both clients' and lawyers' best interest at heart with full transparency, accountability, and experience. Manifest Law works with individuals across a wide range of visa categories such as O1, H1, TN, E-Visa, J-Visa, L-Visa, and many more. But what matters most for my channel and for my viewers, for those of you watching right now, is that they specialize in employment-based immigration, such as green cards, H1, L1, and other visas that are most relevant to skilled professionals. One thing I really appreciate about Manifest Law is their emphasis on accuracy and completeness. They help prepare strong petitions to give you the best possible chance of success. And if you are already in a complicated situation, you may have received an RFE or NOID or need support with a consular processing, they can guide you through those challenges. Another major advantage is that Manifest Law has an ex-immigration appeals officer on their team. That means you can get insight from someone who understands the internal review process from the inside, a huge added value when you are trying to present a petition that stands up to the USCIS scrutiny. Now, if you are a Wisdom Trends viewer, pay close attention. When you use my custom sign-up link in the description, you will get special pricing on EB1, O1, and several other visa categories, plus additional discounts. The link is created specifically for Wisdom Trends audience, so feel free to set up a free consultation with Manifest Law. I always talk about hiring a competent immigration lawyer on my channel and my videos, and I only choose to recommend those I trust. Check out the link in the description, book your consultation, and take the next step with full confidence going with Manifest Law. Now, let's look into what does green card mean. Now, green card means US government is allowing you to stay in the United States unlimited, for unlimited time, without any problem, without having to have any kind of a visa. So that is your permanent residence in the United States. So that is a status. It's not just a mere card. So it's not dependent on the validity of the card. You get a permanent resident status. And then the way you show it or demonstrate that status is through the green card. So even if your green card expires, if you apply for a new card, in between, you are still a permanent resident as long as you maintain that status. Now, when I say maintain that status, there are certain things that you have to do when you get your green card. If you are between the age of 18 and 26, and if you are a male, you have to apply for selective services. Second, you have to maintain your residence in the United States. You cannot be outside of the United States straight for 180 days or more. If you are outside of the United States for 180 days or more, you'll start getting questioned when you re-enter the US. And if you have been outside of the US without any parole for more than a year on a green card, you will have problem getting your green card back. It will be considered as an automatic abandonment of your permanent resident status if you have been outside of the US for 1 full year. So that is the thing. Those are the things that you need to remember. Now, there are methods to reinstate the green cards that I will not cover in this video, but I'm talking about the risk that you carry if you don't maintain the green card conditions. Now, other things that you have to worry about are things that are inadmissible. So basically, in the statute, it says that if you have these kind of offenses, then you cannot be admitted into the United States, such as criminal offenses related to guns and drugs. So if I have been caught with these kind of things, if you have been criminally charged or arrested, then it might cause you trouble coming back into the United States as a green card holder. Another thing is moral character. Good moral character has to be demonstrated throughout, which means that you are not evading the taxes, you are not causing any social unrest, any repeated offenses. Even if they are petty offenses, if they are too many, then that constitutes as not having a good moral character. So remember that. So even though the traffic violations and things like that or reckless driving is not considered an inadmissible offense, if you are doing it 10 times a year or 20 times in 2 years, then that is considered not a good moral character. Another big thing is domestic violence. If you have a domestic violence case against you, or if you had been arrested for domestic violence, it is a big problem for you, even if you are on a green card. Similarly, if you have a DUI or multiple DUIs, that can also be a big problem. In these scenarios, you should consider a competent immigration lawyer. And if you have a criminal record or arrest, you should also consider hiring a criminal lawyer. So these two are different lawyers, immigration lawyer and criminal lawyer. Some immigration lawyers also provide service in these scenarios, so you might want to check on that. But you need a good lawyer to represent you if you have these scenarios. Other violations that are not related to your maintaining of the status or stay in the United States are if you are engaged in the illegal activities even abroad during the stay that you are not in the United States. Those can also cause you problems coming back into the US. Another big one is false claim to the US citizenship. If you vote in federal elections, if you claim that you are a US citizen even if you were not a US citizen, because there are so many places that ask you to mark if you are a US citizen or not. And if you have falsely claimed that you are a US citizen, that can come back to haunt you in terms of your green card status. Other things you want to consider are being a public charge. This is becoming a big topic in the current environment. So if you have a condition where you have to apply for a public charge or things like SNAP or some benefits, cash benefits from the government, check with a lawyer. Now, there are also some situations where even before getting your green card, you may have been inadmissible because of some of the offenses that you may have committed before becoming a green card holder. Those can also come back to haunt you. So you need a good representation of a lawyer. And other obvious situations are if you have a removal order or if you have a notice of intent to deny or those sort of things, then you should also consult a good immigration lawyer. So these are the things that you need to be mindful of before traveling. There is a common question to me that I have a green card, whether I should travel or not. And sometimes I have been contacted with any of these issues that they may have in their situation. Because of the current environment, you have to be even more careful, even if you have a green card and these scenarios. Call me if you have a particular scenario, if you just want an opinion, but if you have a legal situation, if you have some kind of a criminal offense, go straight to a criminal lawyer or an immigration lawyer. If you want my opinion, I will be happy to provide as well. Those are the things that I wanted to explain, that green card is a privilege. It can be taken away anytime if you are causing any trouble, especially in the topics that I mentioned. Unless you are a citizen, you can be denied entry into the United States on any visa or a green card. So keep that in mind. This video is not to scare you. This video is to put a context around the fear that has been spreading in regards to traveling while on a visa or a green card. If you don't have any of these scenarios, then you don't need to worry about travel. You can easily travel on your green card and come back as long as you are maintaining your status in the United States. That's all I wanted to say in this video. Now, I'm doing a masterclass on EB1A on December 14th at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. If you haven't registered and if you are interested, let me know or find the link in the description and register for it. And I'll see you in the next one.
And that brings me to the sponsor of today's video. Have you ever done the Google search of your own name? Look what I have found when I did mine. Here's what comes up. While some of this information is relevant, the other makes me uncomfortable that my information is exposed for a sale like this. Data brokers sell your information to scammers, spammers, or anybody else who may want to target you. Your full name, email address, home address, your relatives' names, health information, it's all out there. That's why I have been using Aura, sponsor of today's video. Aura shows me which data brokers are selling my information and automatically submits opt-out request for me. Cleaning up my information not only helps reduce the amount of spam I get, but it also protects me from hackers who could use this information to help them access my social media accounts, bank accounts, or other sensitive information. Aura does so much more to protect my information and my family's information from online threats I can't see. I get other features like antivirus, VPN, password management, parental controls, identity theft insurance, and more without having to download several different apps. It's really easy to set up, and best of all, I get everything for one affordable price. You may already have one or two of these tools, but not having Aura is like locking the front door but leaving your back door wide open. Aura is always on, doing the hard work of keeping me safe so I can focus on other tasks with peace of mind. I value my privacy and I value yours. You can go to my link which is on the screen and in the description and start your free 2 weeks trial. So protect your information, your family, and have a peace of mind. That's Aura.